What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Makaine, this time with episode 4, 5 and 6 as well. I do imagine I'll be putting in the same video, so looking forward to these episodes. At the end of last one we did have the redheaded girl. Again, I haven't got any of the names down, it was only yesterday. I did watch the first 3 episodes. The redheaded girl actually confessed to the student council president, I think he is, or maybe he's just the president of the literature club, I'm not 100% sure. That was bold move of her. Really appreciate the fact, just her being who she is, that she could step up and do that. I'm in a bit of a heartwarming mood, to be honest with you. I just watched the second to last episode of Nichijou, and at the end of that episode absolutely just blew me away in terms of just absolutely melted my heart. So I'm in a bit of a weakened state, I guess you could say, right now. But again, looking forward to seeing the episodes we've got today. Let me know what you guys think about these down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. And let's get right into episode 4. Again, can't imagine he's gonna. Yeah, can't imagine he's gonna accept. It's also quite awkward because, yeah, his childhood friend here is right here. He's right here. Ah. Oh, that just kind of, I'd say, it ruined the mood, but kind of ruined the mood. So I did actually miss a line of what she said right here. Oh, that's what she said. Why didn't you just turn her down? Yeah, I mean, give me time to think. I think that's. I think we've seen a lot of excuses that guys usually use already in the show, haven't we? In terms of like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, you're way too good for me. Stuff like that. And again, it's just quite generic. Even I've used kind of stuff like that before. Not much, don't get me wrong, not much at all. But those processes have got like gone through my head of like excuses to use and such. But I think it was pretty obvious, of course, considering how vocal she is as a character in the opening. And the way she's been set up, you definitely know she's like one of the main girls, so you knew she was just kind of getting rejected. But again, I think the big thing out of this is that she actually stepped up to confess in the first place. Like, that's quite incredible. Neither of these two girls really did. And they're quite a lot more outgoing. So I'm pretty sure we've almost seen all the. We haven't seen those girls. I think we've seen pretty much all the other characters in the open already, though. There's a couple we haven't, but. Maybe. I doubt it though. Did you get a bloody nose from that? I mean, it's strange. Strange things to compare that to, but I think I get his point. It's probably not asking the right person, but perhaps he actually is. I think he probably is. You wouldn't think he'd be the right person to ask, but like people like him actually are. Did you just say she turned him down? Damn. She really got super affected by this. Fucking hell. We're on such a nice day as well. So yeah, what's the deal? Yeah, I think I can understand. That just sounds like kind of playful talk. I think I can understand why she denied. I mean, you're happy, but it's just kind of sad for the redhead girl. So, yeah, it's cute, but I kind of feel bad that this is happening just after she just got the courage to confess her feelings. I guess her confession was like the catalyst for these guys to finally fucking act upon their feelings. Little embarrassed ear. See, this is what they were talking about when he said she rejected him. Stuff like this, I think. Like, what are you doing here? Why are you in a bush? Oh, right. In the dark? Can't imagine that's too fruitful. Yeah, again, funny enough, in the episode Nietzsche I just watched, there was a cool little beetle as well as a mantis. I like both quite a lot. Never seen any in real life, unfortunately. Didn't need too much time to think then, did he? Yeah, he did. Again, he didn't think about it for too long. Sorry, guys, I'm just making sure I got the music on. He didn't think about it for too long, but he did think about it. To be fair, he did ask the question, didn't he? And I think it's obvious. Again, we obviously see what his preference was, but I think it did quite a bit that he still actually considered her, even though she denied him. Just go for like the easy option. Yeah, which is lovely actually. She's a cute girl. Give her a hug, man. He actually left her. What will you do there? Fair enough to respect her and her wishes, but give her a hug, man. Get the other girls to go with her and get them to give her a hug. Oh man, it's gonna be awkward now, right? I'd be super awkward if I just done this. and that all happened, all that fucking drama. I'd be super awkward anyway, so.
部長、私、ナローのことわからないから、これからも教えてください。
ああ、任せてくれ。
先輩、
That actually feels bad.
私の小説投稿したので見てください。
うん、感想書くね。
明日からも部室来てください。先輩いないと寂しい。
あれ、なんかごめん。急になんかあれで。
先輩、私大丈夫ですから。だから。
I think this is my favourite of the kind of setups for the girls so far. In terms of making them lose, I think that this was actually the best, in my opinion.
あ、おはよう。
文芸部の原稿書いたの。
何これ、絵日記。
そう、なんとかってサイトにアップしといてくれるかな。
これ。
Oh, that's nice.
ぬっくんのはアップした？
It's not bad.
ああ、うん。冒頭部分だけだけど。
お、感想もついてるじゃん。それじゃあ私のもアップよろしく頼んだね。
ああ、
Go way back, bro. Halfwit of Love Street. That was a little bit rude at waving back. I think he's not used to it, as he's used to staring at people and just like not having any kind of interaction whatsoever. To my childhood friend Sakura Misuzu, wearing the uniform of Harukita High School. I sneaked up on her to make fun of her, but she teased me first. Halfwit on Love Street. Okay. Oh, I was also going to mention earlier, it's quite funny, like, I don't really have too much experiences in love, especially, but relationships and so on. I haven't had a relationship for a very long time. But, it's quite funny, I do feel like, I feel like I'm a good listener and I would give pretty advice, and I feel like a lot of people that actually don't have too much experience in love actually do give really good advice, but they don't get listened to because they haven't got the credentials to give advice. It's funny, people usually, sorry to pause again, but people usually go to like the popular people, especially in like shows like this. They go like the popular people, the people that have had a lot of relationships. But you think about it, like, why would you ever go to someone that has had a lot of relationships for love advice and relationship advice when they've had a lot of relationships? Like, surely having no relationships is maybe equally as bad, but you want to go for someone that has had like a long lasting relationship for advice, I do imagine. But yeah, like I said, I feel like with our main character here, he's pretty good advice. I think it's because people like us that don't have like too many relationships and such, actually like they give the advice of what they like dream for, if that makes sense, what they really want and what they would like respect and want to achieve and such. And that can differ quite a bit from people that do have lots of relationships, and you imagine they just like in it for like the sex and such and so on, and the pleasure in that regard, whereas main character here looking for something a bit more fulfilling, perhaps. I don't know. Again, I think I'm decent at advice of everything, which sounds quite big-headed, I know. But I'm a good listener. I'm good at listening to people and giving my opinions, and the advice I give and such isn't always correct and such, but it's just like I like looking at things from multiple perspectives as well, which can be a negative for me as well. Sometimes I'm a bit of an overthinker, and sometimes I do struggle making decisions and such. So
マジで？相手は？ほら、あいつだって同じクラスのぬくみず？そんなのいたよね。
oh shit.
ヤナミってモテるじゃん？さすがにあれはなくない？だよね。ヤナミ、趣味 わかんないけど。
でも結局どういう関係なんだろう。
そう。ヤナミもあいつよくわかんないよね。
確かにね。行くよー。
I do. The classic school chit chat.
いやいや、ぬくみずくん、ひどくない？さっき無視したでしょ。
Again, I think back to high school as well. You always, do you know what my thought process was? People are always going to talk. People are always going to talk about you, talk about you to others. People bitch about other people to you, which I've had a lot. I really don't like when people bitch about other people to me because, again, my train of thought. Sorry to pause again. My train of thought is like I said, like people are always going to talk about you, talk about what you've done, what they think of you, and you really like again as much as people try to not care about what people think. People always care what people think, but with that kind of stuff, especially, I think you really do need to just like that's always going to happen. There's nothing you can do to control that. There's nothing you can do to tell what people's views and opinions of you. Well, there is, but do you really want to change those people's opinions of people bitching about you? I don't think so. So you've just like kind of got to ignore it. And again, I kind of made a decision to help ignore that and such of people like talking about you, rumors and such. I guess I made a mental choice to hate when people bitch to me about other people, and I really don't like listening to people like talk rubbish about someone that they're like friends with, or like I just when they're being like super hypocritical, or they say one thing about someone and they go spend loads of time with them and have fun with them the next. It's like, why did you bitch to me about this person that you're like I guess clearly pretending to be friends with and such? And it just seems so fake and yeah, I don't know. They kind of go hand in hand with, if that makes any sense to you guys. But what I'm trying to say here, I guess, is he really shouldn't pay too much attention to these girls that hardly fucking know him, who are judging him just purely based on appearances. Yeah, he should absolutely ignore that. And again, if he was to bitch about them as well, it'd be just as bad. And bitch about how they're talking rubbish. It might be, well, maybe not just as bad, but it would be like in a similar vein of like, oh, you're gonna start dissing these girls because they start talking about you. So no, just ignore it. This is just high school bullshit, and it happens with adults as well. It happens like I remember working at an office. It happens like the office and such. And office is again, it's almost quite similar to like high school. Bit more mature, I guess, but it's almost similar to like high school spaces and such. It's yeah, very childish shit, to be honest with you. And again, I don't really like partaking in listening, and I especially don't bitch about other people and such. Maybe like celebrities I might complain about here and there, but even then I really don't like talking absolute rubbish and smack about people, especially if they're not there. Like, would you say it if they were there? Would you say it to their face? No. Again, sometimes it's good to just keep your thoughts to yourself if you have negative thoughts. Well, that's something I've taken on board a lot as well. Again, when I changed to have a more introverted personality, it actually helped me care more about what other people and what they heard. For example, if someone heard me like talking smack about them, like just that, you just feel absolutely terrible, wouldn't you? Even if what you did believe about them was true. I feel like Japanese people are really good at that, but obviously when they're young, things like this happen. Sorry for going on an absolute tirade there. I guess I'm quite passionate about that, to be honest with you. I think it's especially I hate seeing it as what happened as well. Like not being involved, but watching something like this go down, it just feels horrible.
俺と二人で昼ご飯食べてるって噂になっちゃってるみたいでさ。ヤナミさんも嫌だろ？俺と変な風に思われる。
あのさ、ちょっと話についていけなくて。何か私、君を嫌な気持ちにさせた。
違う。嫌なんかじゃない。だけどこんな噂が流れることが嫌なんだ。
Which she might take as a bit of a negative here. I think that's just the woman's point of view, isn't it? The way he's worded this is quite bad. makes her feel like he doesn't want to be seen with her because of these rumors. Whereas, like I said, he just didn't care about him. But I think he's worrying more about how she's viewed, isn't he?
安心してくれ。俺は日頃から元気ないんだ。
And I think that is the true, like, oh, you're too good for me. He actually is kind of truthful in saying that. He hasn't outwardly said it. It's probably why it seems more truthful.
先輩からの忠告だよ。
Very gloomy now, isn't it? Like England.
来てたんだ。
今日は本を返しに来ただけだよ。
柳さん、いいかな。
何？友達を待たせてるから手短にね。
ここ最近、ずっと一緒に弁当食べてて。やっぱ俺、楽しみにしてたみたいでさ。だから、
だから
俺も楽しかった。それだけは伝えたくて。
そう。それじゃ私行くね。
コウモリ。
嫌なのに
Wow.
売られた。なんかざまあみろって思ったから。
I'm glad you're having fun.
そんなんじゃないって。
ぬくみずだ。
I was going to mention, surely we can't be out here in this weather, but looks like we are.
振られた。か。
I mean, I guess he was kind of dumped in a way.
そんなんじゃなく。
I don't know if these if those bins are intentionally meant to look like frogs, but that's pretty cool.
一体何だったんだろう。ぬくみず。袴だ。探したんだぜ。
My dude's posture is terrible.
そうか。きっとあれだ。
Is he going to confess to him?
なんで財布出した
Oh. Oh, he's, I see.
ぬくみずってボケるキャラ
Oh dear. That's kind of sad.
最近アンナと会ってるんだろ。
That's kind of sad.
校舎の方でイチャついてるカップルがいるって結構噂になってるぜ。いやいや違うって。俺もなんか嬉しくてさ。いやだからアンナに好きなやつができたなら応援してやりたくて。アンナのことよろしく頼むな。だから待ってくれって。
There's a few rumors going on about him.
前から好きだったの知ってただろ。まあ俺と柳さんはそんなんじゃないから。あいつお前のこと今でも好きなんだよ。
さっきから何の話してるのかな。
アンナ。
こまりちゃんが連絡してきて、ぬくみずくんがイケメンの不良に絡まれてるとか。
悪いアンナ。お前に新しい恋が見つかればいいと思って。
そういうのやめて。
お前には幸せになってほしいんだ。
やめて。
だから俺なんかよりもっといいやつが。
やめて。
アンナ。もうやめろって。あのさ袴田。売るのは全然いいんだよ。自由にバンバン勝手に振りゃいいんだけどさ。だけど柳さんの気持ちを勝手に決めちゃったらさ、彼女がお前のこと好きだったこととか、その気持ちがどっか行っちゃうだろ。幸せになってほしいとか、新しい恋がどうとか、振ったお前が言うなよ。お前だけはそれ言っちゃダメだろ。おい、大丈夫か。そうだな。お前の言う
You know what? Fair play to this guy, actually. He could have got a bit huffy puffy at this, but still looked after.
何ちょっといい感じで締めようとしてんのよ。宗介のことずっと好きだった。
He's a good dude, this Sosuke guy, actually.
切れてなんてない。
アンナ、ごめん。
謝った。私の次の恋とか大きなお世話。まだまだあなたのこと好きだから。だから姫宮カレンと幸せ
I do have this feeling though, like it's really like it probably sounds really bad and it's really horrible to word, but when I do see like a woman that I again it's happened for a long time, but going off past experiences when I've seen a woman or a girl I've liked, um, like another guy or like flirt with another guy or something, that's always like a really big turn off for me. Like I don't think I could be in this main character situation is what I'm trying to say and have the and have I could have a similar relationship with these girls, but I wouldn't ever actually like date them or anything. I don't think. Maybe eventually I might. I don't know. Maybe I might get over it, but maybe that's also quite a childhood. But like I said, it's been a long time, so maybe that's actually like some of my old personality talking in a sense. But yeah, I always struggle to get past the fact like this girl really liked this guy, and she really liked this guy over me. Like it's always a bit of a comparison thing, and it's really hard to not compare yourself to others, but. You shouldn't, but again, it's really hard not to. Yeah, it's always like, oh, she really really liked this guy, and I was just there. Like I guess I was just kind of seen as nobody in that regard. Like no romantic interest or anything. She really liked this guy. I was always there. I guess kind of different with these guys because they didn't really know each other at all. Obviously, our main character was yeah, bit invisible in class and such till now. I guess it's different in that regard. Whenever I've had experience like that, I've always been like friends with the girl beforehand. Yeah, I've always been like, oh, if they chose that person over me, it's like it's not like you're too good to be second best, but it kind of is in a sense of like, oh, you know, no one wants to be second best, do they? Everyone wants to be like the first choice and such. So, and that was always like a major turn off. If a girl like ever did end up like maybe breaking up with a guy and then coming back later down the line, which did happen a few times, I never pursued it because I always fought back again. Maybe that was quite childish of me not to just like forgive and forget, I guess. But yeah, I always just yeah. If I did pursue it, I think my mind would always go back to, oh yeah, she chose this guy over me, and maybe she'd cheat in that regard of someone who she liked as much as that guy she did before, for example, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think I'd, especially teenage me, probably wouldn't do too well in this situation. I think as an adult, I could maybe get past that actually. Now that I've actually matured a bit. But yeah, that was always like a stickler in my thoughts. Like I would also almost never date someone that my friends have dated, and that wouldn't be the case with my friends. That was out of respect for my friends, and again a little bit kind of on the inside. I didn't really, yeah, I just didn't like that. But again, maybe that was more of a respect for my friends type of deal. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I'd never really want to date anyone that my friends dated previously or anything like that, but again didn't stop my friends doing the same thing. So maybe I shouldn't have cared all too much, who knows.
今俺叩かれたのは
意味なんてない。とにかく二人とも反省して宗介もちゃんと温水くんにごめんしなさい。
ああぬくみず悪いなんか勝手に巻き込んでいやいやそんな
で温水くん、君は私にごめんしなさい。
I think you need to apologise for being so abusive with old chops. Joe, I think this has been my favourite episode yet though.
もう勝なことは言いません
The start was fantastic. It feels like a long time ago, the start of this episode, doesn't it? Almost feels like that was a whole previous episode.
この話の落としどころはどこなの？
Walk away.
どこだろう
You've all got to walk away in separate directions, and that's how these end.
通知表は行き渡ったが、それじゃお前ら夏休み開始だ！
Okay, summer vacation. Best part about school for me. Leaving for the summer.
ぬくみず、昨日あいつにお金取られたんだろ？
取られてねえって
So this girl's always got a bit of a smug kind of look on her face when she's talking to Nakamizu.
ちょっとヤナちゃんまずいよ。なんか二人いい感じだって。よくわかんないけど大丈夫だよ。だってぬくみずくんだし。あれ、本当にお邪魔だった。
Oh, harem. Look at the harem with a mast.
夏休みは何かやるの？
月の木先輩が集まって何かやろうって言ってたけど
いい
Really? I'm not sure that's possible. I mean, fair enough. Impressive if this girl can do that, but I used to, and I broke a few records in like sports days and such. I was always like one of the fastest people in my school, and I think I only ever hit 12 seconds like a few times, and that was like during my peak fitness and such. So I think about like 13 or 14 seconds was like the average. I think 14 seconds was like the average for like the normal person during high school, or like the normal guy. I don't know, it's been a long time. So again, is it a thing of like, it definitely seems like kind of romance bits drop throughout, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it definitely feels like this could be a setup for these guys to date, for sure. But again, I said this in my last reaction. I wouldn't mind at all if it didn't, like if they never had any kind of romance with Nukumizu. And things do usually start out as friends as well, so it definitely doesn't mean there's no possibility of there being romance between these two. But again, I wouldn't be mad if there was. I wouldn't be mad if there wasn't. But it should be interesting, like, if it is just like focus on these main three girls now, what will be the focus if there won't be building romance? I'd like to meet more losing heroines, for sure. I think there probably will be more. Stare into a losing heroine, the losing heroine stares back into you. Oh yeah. But like I said, will it be like... I don't think, again from the visuals, I don't think we'll be seeing many more losing heroines this season. Maybe one or two maximum. Just purely based on the visuals. So again, what will we be still looking at their kind of relationship? Maybe we might actually see their crushes and who they got rejected by actually maybe turn around and say like and start thinking like, oh, maybe I made the wrong choice here. Maybe I should have went for the losing heroine. Maybe that might be where it goes. Again, there's lots of possibilities, and that's why I like the premise of the show quite a lot. There's a lot we can focus on, both romantically and away from like what you'd consider like the normal kind of main character and female cast romances. I think it's very well set up in that manner, and I think today's episode is probably my favourite yet. Again, I love the setup that we got last episode for the redheaded girl and the president, and the kind of payoff of that today was quite brutal at the start, but it's quite incredible. That felt like a full episode, just like that first 10 minutes felt like a full episode by itself. There was so much drama and emotion in there. But it was really well done. And then a pretty nice second half of the episode here, but some cute moments, of course, as well as some stroppy moments. Classic high school stuff. But yeah, especially this first 10 minutes was absolutely phenomenal, wasn't it? Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, do let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about a couple of the points I made today as well. I might have been yapping quite a bit, so apologies. I mentioned a few of those points a few times in like my Nana videos. Some of that stuff comes up quite a bit. about me, like how, like, again, a personality change. I went from, I wouldn't say extroverted, but I used to just, like, anything that popped into my head would just, like, come out of my mouth, and then now I have, like, this inner dialogue of actually kind of speaking to myself before I say something, and like how it would affect someone, how this would affect me, how it would affect someone's, like, views on me, or things like that, which I've always found quite fascinating, how that my brain has changed like that. But I think that's just mature, and that's just becoming an adult, isn't it? And some people don't actually go through that, which, yeah, I guess is I guess you can tell what type of people they are. Not saying anything bad. I usually actually quite like people like that. Not in terms of being like how I used to be, but being how I used to be in a positive way. I think how I used to be was in quite a negative way. But I quite like assertive, outgoing, extroverted people, kind of leaders. I think they're some of my favorite type of people. So no disregard that whatsoever. But yeah, I hope you guys know what I mean. But yeah, again, let me know if you guys thought this one down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I should be back in a couple minutes. Oh damn, I did really out today, didn't I? Bloody hell. But yeah, I should be back in a couple minutes with episodes 5 and 6. So see you guys then. Okay, so going to get back into episode 5. Episode 4, as obviously you guys just saw, was probably my favourite one yet, so hopefully we can follow up on that nicely. I love the little confession at the end there, just to be friends, but especially the first half of the episode I thought was phenomenal, so yeah, looking forward to seeing this one. Again, as usual, do let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Let's see what we got for this episode. Oh, of course. Of course, that's the name of a light novel. So again, I think this is adapted from a light novel. Again, just purely based off what the character said about light novels at the start. This is actually a very small title. This is like the exception. I guess it's taken the piss out of that. It's done that a few times already, hasn't it? Yeah, it's take the piss out of all those super long titles. I think the intention is to like grab your attention with it being so outrageous and so long, which is quite funny because when you think of like grabbing people's attention, you usually think of something short and kind of burstful and stand out in that way, like short and expressive and says everything in that kind of short sentence. Whereas in Japan, it's actually a long crazy ass name, and they both work. They both work. As much as, again, I think in from what I've learned, at stuff like this, you get told the complete opposite. And I don't think that is the kanji for love, is it? Although I could be wrong. That's probably one you'd get to know quite early on, I imagine, in learning kanji. The kanji for love. I think it'd be a pretty easy one to remember. Is there a girl here? Yes, there is. Of course. Just let yourself in. How did she get in? That's a good question. Yeah. Ah, that's nice. Grandmother's noodles. That's strange. That is very strange. That is Never heard of anything like that before.
私は食べたよ。一生分食べた。
よくわかんないけどよくわかった。おかわりいるか？
3杯目だし、もう大丈夫。
2杯目ですらなかった。
Already had 3. So here are some more of those peeled apples, which I never understand. Just eat the fucking apple, bro.
よろしいですか？まずは生年月日に血液型、家族構成に趣味に特技。お兄様との馴れ初めは？
いやほら、柳さんは忙しいんだ。そういうのはまた今度に。
でもお兄様の学校でのエピソードも聞かせてもらわないと。中水くん、自分のこと置いているんだね。
呼ばせているわけじゃないぞ。そこ大事。
Your brother's got super popular all of a sudden.
心地よいぬるさと程よい塩素臭。夏休み中の水道水もまた格別だ。
And again, like what I said about apples. Water's water.
いや先輩ですか。
If it's warm, obviously it's not quite as nice. I love it ice cold water.
こんなところで何を。
飲み物買いに来たら力尽きた。
It's that crazy girl, is it?
飲ませて。
はい。
What a mess.
一体俺はここで何をしてるんだ。
Yeah, this doesn't look great.
ありがとう。生き返った。そういえば。
Alive again.
コトさん、玉木さんと付き合い出したのは本当？
ああ、はい、そうですけど。
そうなんだ。
やっぱりあの人怖い。
I don't know, I wouldn't call her scary. She's definitely strange.
生徒会から通知があってな。生徒会？
It's intense, I guess. I guess that's a good word.
活動実績を報告することになったんだ。
She's got. It's weird because she's intense, but she's chill at the same time. It's very strange. Obviously, those things are almost direct opposites of each other, but
というか。
that is how it is.
仕方ないのよ。自動車学校で忙しくてすっかり忘れてたの。
受験勉強どうした？そこでだ。この前書いたみんなのウェブ小説を印刷して本にしてみようと思うんだが、どうだろう。
これはサンプル。
何のサンプルだ？
私は合宿の時に書いたやつの続きを書きます。ね、小森ちゃんはどうするの？新作？頑張るね、小森ちゃん。中水くんは？
じゃあ俺は初恋通りの半端ものの第1話を手直しして載せようかな。うん、これで決まったな。それじゃあ原稿の準備ができたら送ってくれ。
それと今日この後なんだけど、誰か図書室の手伝いに行けないかしら。
手伝いというと？
毎年蔵書整理の時には文芸部から手伝いを出してるのよ。その代わり新刊を入荷する時は希望を聞いてくれたりするしね。
It's a nice little trade off.
持ちつ持たれつの関係ってことだな。この後中学の同窓会だっけ？ひょっとして袴田も。
A middle school reunion party? What the fuck? Never heard of that before. Heard of high school reunions. A middle school reunion party while you're still
大丈夫なのか？それ。
under 18. Very strange thing. You guys ever heard of that?
世界のすべてに感謝する優しい心に目覚めたの。
はい。
Now she's sounding like a
にもわかるように
light novel character.
期待してないけど頼む。
あのね、宗介もカレンちゃんも私の親友でしょ。親友が幸せになるってことは私にとっての幸せでもあるじゃない。つまりあの二人は付き合うことによって私を幸せにしてくれた。
I mean, you could delude yourself like that. That's a good way to see it, even though I really don't believe you.
中水くんもこれ読むといいよ。
何？その本。
Mr. PMC.
君は君のままでいいんだよ。焼き鳥は串から外さなくていいんだ。一本丸ごと食べていいみたいなボタンが書いてあるの。
なるほど。心が弱った時に読むやつ。
So I get the point of like motivational speakers and writers and such. They do a good job for some people, but a lot of what they spout is just kind of very generic bullshit. It's kind of a little bit like the old sign reading, like the old Capricorn and Aquarius and stuff like that. Just like psychological tricks, pretty much. And that's exactly what they are, tricks. Well, they can learn some good things.
俺の周り振られるやつばっかりだからかえって新鮮だな。
なんだ
いや、そやこまり新作書くって言ってたけど何書く？
異世界転生恋愛ジャンル
Another one. Didn't someone already write one of those in this season?
ナロにもアップしてる
Guess they're popular right now. They certainly were very popular in the anime community for a long time, weren't they? The Sekais.
更新するたびにポイント増えてる
いつの間にこんな。
Finish practice or I'm gonna make it to look like this. Let's run another time. Is that what K is? Ah, yeah, it's like Ryokai, I think. Ryo. I think Ryokai like means like understood or something like that. Okay, Joe, I'd like to see her and to spread her wings and run with Lemon.
ポイント増えてる
いつの間にこんな。
A little monkey.
焼き塩から熱せ
Yeah, who was that she went to see earlier with some fancy shoes on?
最近たまに
Lemon, I'm talking about.
そういえばなんかそんな話してたな。
ぬくみずのせいだろ
はい、すいません。でも嫌なら断りゃいい。
Yeah, what do you mean it's his fault? You want to do it.
強引にグイグイ来られるとなんか断れない
何そのエロ漫画向きの性格。その話もっと詳しくじゃなかった。嫌なら俺から焼き塩にうまいこと言っておくけど。
別に嫌なわけじゃない私の体力合わせてくれるし
Oh.
焼き塩って男の兄弟はいるのか
そう。わかんないけどそれがどうかしたか。
最近焼き塩がいやなんでもない
Seeing some boys. You are the pen. There she is again, with those classic tan marks.
あれノックンじゃん
She is the fan service in the show, isn't she? Lemon.
ノックン意識しすぎ
あのリボンああやってつけるのか。
Which again, you guys know how I feel about. I don't really care too much about fan service.
てもらえて助かるよ
It was a shame because I like Lemon quite a lot, so hoping she doesn't get. Hopefully the objectification kind of slows down a little bit.
どうかしたか。
なんでもないそれじゃね
And it's only her. I mean, I guess we saw the girl earlier as well. That's a bit fan servicey, but
そうだけど。
素敵ですね最近できた友達って
out of the losing heroines anyway.
まあ。
今度改めて招待なさってはいかがですか面接もしないといけませんし
面接はしなくていい。
Do you know what? She'd be a very good job interviewer.
大げさなもんじゃないよ。二人で出かけるような。
What they call that job again? Like screener or something? I can't remember.
綺麗な方でしたお兄様これって柳さんですか
そうかもしんない。
お茶のお誘いですよ女の方と二人でお茶とかまるでデートみたいです
そんなんじゃないから。
Yeah, it kind of is.
カジュにはああ言ったが、夏休みに女子と二人で
What the fuck is that face?
これはやはりデートというやつではなかろうか。今まで読んできたラノベや漫画によれば、付き合ってなくてもデートは成立するという。
Yes,
ということは
true.
俺はヤナミにデートに誘われたということか。
世界なんて滅べばいい。
Wow, that tune has certainly changed.
こうなることは分かっていたんだけど。
Man, do you know what? The more I think about it, the more
目の前でイチャ
our main character here really has. I mean, he's got it nice in a way. He's made friends with these girls, but he's got it rough because he's now having to like
ことじゃない。
appeal was probably the wrong word, but kind of appease all these women that have been rejected, which is no easy feat actually. Imagine it takes a lot of mental strain.
ポイントカード共有してたり、スマホの着信音が一緒だったり、最後は何を言うてもなく二人一緒に帰ったり。もうあれよ、完全にちょっとしっとり気に入った進行カップルや。ご注文はこちらでお揃いですか？はい、大丈夫です。
ヤナミさん、
Also,
クリームソーダだけ何も食べないんだ。
ぬくみずくん、よく聞いて。そうめんは炭水化物、つまり糖質だったの。
うん、知ってた。
あいつら冷たくてツルツルしてて、見た目も細いし、なんか食べても大丈夫そうな雰囲気じゃない。
つまりそうめんの食べ過ぎで太っ
really, so salmon is not good for you. I've never had it before, but
の塊じゃ。
I didn't know that. Didn't know it was basically sweets.
食べても太らないという説があってね。
What is that green stuff, by the way?
匂わせだ。
何それ。
ぬくみずくん、私だって匂わせたいの。 SNS のそこかしこに男子と一緒にいるのを匂わすような情報をばらまいて牽制したりとか。
それに何の意味が。
So it's yeah, she's seeing him,
矢野と焼き塩。なんであの二人が。
even though he's got a girlfriend.
って浮気じゃないかな。
でもあいつら昔からの友達だし。
浮気だよ。
例えば
You can't come to that conclusion yet.
二人で出かけたとしても、それは浮気じゃないだろう。
It'd be the same as saying you guys are in a relationship for what you're doing right now.
もう行っちゃったみたいだね。
それじゃあ今日はここで解散だな。お疲れ様。
諦めるの早すぎない？
Wow, that's actually quite impressive. That's his girlfriend, right?
こんにちは。私のこと覚えてますか？
Yes,
と
you are his girlfriend.
朝雲千早です。
ああ、確か
She's quite cute. She reminds me a little bit of Komatsu,
この辺り
Nana,
さんと焼き塩
looks wise.
ませんでしたか？あ、二人なら。
さあ、よくわからないな。
This is a little bit crazy.
っていうか、
That shine.
私
Well, she's kind of understandably crazy. That is her boyfriend. Still, I'd be a little bit crazy. I'd be a little bit scared of my girlfriend.
キャラって
Well, to be fair, I probably wouldn't be going out with a girl by myself anyway.
このポスター布でできてるんだね。
Because you know how that would look beforehand.
そういったものは
But evidently, the girl with white hair
なんで
is
すか？
quite stupid in that regard.
これってそんなに見られて
But
クラスの
yeah, if I did, and my girlfriend was like this, I'd still be a little bit scared. I'd understand.
これは
And that would almost be a bit of a compliment, actually. That she cares that much to
それは
stalk.
マナを放出することによってシグマドライブを。
そうなんだ。じゃあなんでこの子たちベッドの上で抱き合ってるの？
いっそ殺してくれ。
5人の覚醒者が揃うことでシグマドライブが共鳴し、伝説の武器パシパラストラの封印が解かれるのです。ですから戦闘服の少女たちが絡み合っているのにもちゃんと訳があるのです。
Of course, there is.
俺そこまで読んでないのに。
I feel like anime fans with stuff like this have expert. Do you know what? Again, maybe controversial point here, but I really hate, like, again, I mentioned about fan service. I don't care too much about fan service, but I feel like when anime fans try and like validate fan service, especially of like high school girls and like young looking people, by saying, oh, they're a 1,000-year-old mage, oh, it's totally fine because of this and because of that and because it's just media. But again, I've said this quite a few times. Even though it is fake and it is fiction, and it might be 1,000-year-old old woman that looks like a little kid, it's still fucked up because it's the image of someone that's wrong. It's just wrong. It doesn't matter how you try. I hate when people try to explain themselves and say, "Oh, it's right because of blah blah blah." Because no, you are attracted to the image of something you shouldn't be attracted to, even if the underlying context behind that makes it seem okay to you. Again, the point of it is you are attracted to that image, and that's wrong, in my opinion. I don't like that. And again, I think it just makes it worse when people explain a little bit like this. We're kind of just like what does this mean? This is just like the context of the show. But again, what your mind is seeing is the image, and you're enjoying that, and I think that makes you a bit fucked up. I don't know. Yeah, it's a controversial point because a lot of people like fan service. I feel like Monogatari is a good one where people like quite like the fan service and such. And I'm just like, yeah, that little blonde vampire is actually like 1,000 years old and whatever, and she is actually a woman, but in the form of her as a kid, like you are seeing her as a kid, and if you find that attractive, you are definitely very strange for doing so, in my opinion. Although I feel like finding girls cute is fine. Like there's a few characters in this show that I do find cute, but again, I don't find any attraction towards them. They're just like quite cute in nature, if you know what I'm saying. And you can appreciate beauty, but there's appreciating beauty, and then there's again like finding it attractive and having an appeal towards it, which yeah, I feel like you can probably tell a lot about a person about how they feel with that kind of stuff, to be honest. I feel like Alia-san was one of those, and it's very unpopular point. Sorry to pause again. Very unpopular point because a lot of people really love Alia-san, especially the sister character. But again, as someone with a sister, I just see it as very weird. Again, you're like, I know people like to say, oh, it's just a joke and blah blah blah, but you are laughing about. And again, I've laughed over very much more controversial stuff. I can't lie to you guys. I've laughed over some atrocities and stuff like that, but because you enjoy the fan service of it being a sister character who is again still underage and still looks like a kid, I just yeah, it's just weird because again, it's fiction. You can say it's fiction all you want, but your fantasies, they are always fiction, if that makes sense, and your fantasies do say a lot about what you want and what you like, what you kind of would do. And like, I want a beautiful woman, for example. In my fantasies, I'll date a beautiful woman, we have a wife and the kids, get married, blah blah blah. And that's what you want, and that's fiction. That's like the same argument, but that doesn't mean that's not what I want, because it's fiction, if that makes any sense. So I guess that's quite a good argument about the people that say like, yeah, sister character, oh, it's just a bit of fun, it's just playful, blah blah blah. No, you're actually really enjoying incest, and it seems like you wouldn't be too opposed to that actually happening, even if again the argument they make is, oh, it's just fiction, I'd never actually do it. You enjoy it, so what about you enjoying it tells me that you wouldn't do it? I don't know. Yeah, pretty badly explained on that point, but I hope you guys understand the gist of it. And well, I say I hope you don't take any offense, but I feel like maybe you should if you do think like that, to be honest with you. I imagine there probably will be a few people watching that are like that. So yeah, just take that how you will. Obviously, you don't need to like watch my videos or anything. You can just click off. That is a point I'm pretty passionate about, honestly. That people enjoy watching that kind of stuff, I don't agree with. It's only really allowed as well because it's in Japan. You don't ever see anything like this from like American anime or movies or English cartoons or anything like that, for good reason. Already? She's already worried that he's cheating on her.
女が
Understandably, she's worried.
私は美月さんのことが好きです。だからあの人には幸せ
Why does that rapper look so real?
たとえそれが私の横でなくても
それって
前々から思っていたんです。本当はあの二人が付き合うべきだったんじゃないかって。私が横から現れて美月さんを奪ってしまったんじゃないかって。だから美月さんの本当の気持ちを確かめて彼の本当の気持ちが焼き塩さんにあるのなら私は
That Ice Cube.
身を引く覚悟です。
Really? He's actually prepared to step out of the way like that.
言ってしまう
Quite big of her, isn't it? But
いざとなったら
I think we know that's not going on, is it? I don't think.
ぬくちゃんかわいいな。やっぱ私の嫁になりんよ。ならん。
柳波さんはなんで協力しようと思ったの？
こないだレモンちゃんが綾野くんと歩いてた時の顔見た？
うん。
諦めた人の前であんな顔されちゃね。いざって時にさ、レモンちゃんを守ってあげられるのも叱ってあげられるのも私たちだけでしょ。レモンちゃんたちここに来てるの？はい、順番に屋台を回っているようなのでこの辺りで待ちましょう。
どうやって二人がここで会ってると分かったんだ？
GPS です。
この人さらっとすごいこと言った。
GPS does.
静かに来ました。
So,
こちら
yeah.
のお店です。
Oh, so that wasn't him we saw at the start of the episode with the shoes? Because he's wearing all black shoes there.
朝雲さん。
素敵なブックカバーです。あの人に似合いそうじゃありません？
ああ、いいね。あいつ本が好きだし。
美月さん、本に関わる仕事を目指しているんですって。初めて聞いたとき、びっくりしました。私と同じような夢を持つ人がそばにいたんですから。あの人、甘いもの苦手なんですよ。それを知っているから私誘わないようにしてて。だから一緒に甘いものを食べに行ったことがないんです。ジェラートとか。
ジェラートとか。
お母さんのよくとかあるじゃん。綾野が食べてたジェラートも甘くないやつかもよ。ツナマヨとか。
ツナマヨだけだと胃もたれしそうです。
Picky eater, disguise me.
焼き塩さんが羨ましいです。まっすぐでちゃんと自分の気持ちを出せて。私美月さんに迷惑かけたくないとかそんなことばっかり。
いいんじゃないかな。一緒にアイス食べたいとか、そのくらいのわがままを嫌がるようなやつじゃないと思うよ。
Evidently.
結構優しいんですね。私誤解して。
What did you think? What did everyone think of this guy? Yeah. It's like, I know no one really knew him or spoke to him, but why did everyone seem to think he was some, like, not nice guy? Just because he's a little bit... Oh shit, he noticed. Oh shit. Just because he's a little bit, like... I think people do think this about me as well. I think I can be... I think I'm pretty good at reading people, and I also think I'm pretty good at reading how people judge me. And I feel like sometimes I do feel like... I definitely give off... I definitely do feel a little bit pretentious sometimes, because I am quite hypocritical in a lot of things I say. Like what I just said there about the whole sister stuff and the whole fan server stuff. I'm a massive fan of horror. So it's like, do I also love seeing people get ripped apart and dying and getting destroyed in horrible ways? Like, no, obviously not. So again, I'm quite hypocritical as well, but I feel like some things are right to be hypocritical about. I don't know. I kind of forgot what point. Yeah, I was on the point of why did everyone think he was like, again, like, I understand if you didn't think he was a nice guy, but why do people seem to have like a negative opinion of him even though they didn't know him? He doesn't look awfully like horrible or anything. Again, I'm quite an introverted, secluded guy, I guess, as well. I do was quite similar, I guess. Not during school, like I always say, I was actually quite outgoing and not extrovert per se, but stupid during high school and such. So yeah, don't relate to that part. But nowadays, would people look at me the same way? Like, oh, that guy looks nasty. I think I do have I wouldn't say a nasty look to me, but I think I do have maybe not a scary look as well, but an unapproachable kind of look to my face. If you just like look at me and I'm just like this, maybe I do look quite unapproachable, I do think. So I can understand that. But this guy looks absolutely fine. He looks quite approachable, he looks quite nice. Like, what was everyone thinking of him before this fucking show started? They're making him out like he was a horrible, like a monster, like a horrible guy. Like, he looked so unapproachable and horrible, no one was ever able to speak to him. I had you all wrong. Well, what did you have wrong exactly? So how did he spot her? He's got glasses. I mean, I guess glasses do help your eyesight, but he's got a good eye, hasn't he? She done a pretty good job of hiding this whole time. And he definitely spotted her. Right, this doesn't look great, does it? I've been caught. This doesn't look great, does it? I wouldn't be too mad if he was actually suspecting her of cheating now. Is led astray. Okay. Sorry guys, I know I literally during the last 2 days I've binged 5 episodes. You seen this ending? I feel like I haven't seen this. Hell? Am I going crazy? I mean, again, I only watched them over the last 2 days, so I feel like I wouldn't have forgotten. I don't remember seeing this. That's Lemon. Distress signal. There's a Lemon ending. Yeah, this is a new ending. I know that for a fact. Last one was called like 2000. This is awesome. There he is. Maybe she does win him over. Ah, it was a dream. Okay. Obviously, again, I spoke earlier about like the fan service. I really don't care that much for it, and there's a little bit of it at the end there. But that was a really nice ending overall, wasn't it? It looked lovely. And I mentioned this earlier about the whole relationship thing, where we have relationships with our main character. It seems like if anyone would be, it would be the blue-haired girl. So what's going to be going on with the other girls? I imagine it will be. They're not love triangles per se, but maybe it will kind of be like love triangles in a sense of maybe one Lemon, for example, might end up winning over the boy that rejected her. I forget the name, so apologies. Again, I binged it very quickly. Yeah, she might end up winning him back over, and then we focus on this Asagumo, I think her name is, and she's now like the losing heroine, taking Lemon's place for a bit, and might swap the girls like in and out, like one's losing, one's not losing, for example. I know that was shown as like just a dream at the end there, but maybe that might be a possibility of Lemon actually like becoming a winning heroine actually in the long run, and maybe some developments like that I may expect to see. maybe not Lemon, maybe the redhead girl. I don't know. It could happen to any of them. But yeah, lovely ending visuals. I love that. Really good episode in general, though. Yeah, really good episode in general. Just kind of the usual for the first half of the episode, wasn't it? Just having a lot of fun with the blue-haired girl. Love the sister scenes again. In complete contrast to Aoya-san, I feel like the fan service stuff in the Aoya-san just really ruins the whole mood of all that sister stuff. I feel like here they've actually got it really, like, it's really wholesome and really nice actually, without any of that kind of fucking bullshit, horrible incest shit added in there. It's like, even as a joke, again, you guys know my feelings towards that. It's actually really sweet here, and I really like. She fawns over her brother in the same way, but again, just because you haven't got any of that nonsense in there, it actually makes it really wholesome and really nice. So yeah, I really like those little segments. I love the little spy mission we went on at the end of the episode here today. And I do kind of, again, as much as I really do like Lemon, she's one of my favourite girls at the minute. I wouldn't actually mind having more of a focus on this girl. Like, we had a pretty nice focus on her at the end of the episode today. I wouldn't mind seeing more of her whatsoever, actually, because she seemed really nice and sweet. And obviously she's involved with the whole kind of Lemon three-way relationship type deal as well. So can't wait to see, hopefully, us continue on from this ending point next episode. I think that would actually be great. Hopefully we don't skip over that. But like I said, I wouldn't mind if she like interchanged with Lemon for a little bit, and then again maybe change back out as a losing heroine, for example. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this episode down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Another great episode, and I'll see you again for the final one for this video. Okay, so back with episode 6, so caught up within the space of a couple of days. Again, I've binged through this quite quickly. The last episode was really awesome, wasn't it? Seeing, again, I forget the main character's name, but seeing him get caught with the guy that Lemon has a crush on's girlfriend in the changing room while trying to spy on him, that should be a very interesting place to pick up today. Again, I really like the segment with, again, the girl whose name, again, I do forget, who is the guy's girlfriend who Lemon likes. It's a terrible way to refer to them, but it's best I can do. Apologies. I actually really like the segments of her. She was quite a kind seeming girl, quite nice, a little bit crazy in a few senses, but again, I'm maybe expecting maybe we do switch out some kind of heroines at some point, perhaps. I'm hoping that word doesn't like get censored or anything, because obviously it's scarily similar to a drug word. But yeah, looking forward to seeing this episode and catching up, and then be only a few days late for me to see episode 7. Do let me know what you guys think about this one though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these what will be weekly reactions. And let's get right into it. And undoubtedly, yeah, he's got the wrong idea, of course. Hard not to have the wrong idea seeing that. Akamizu, I think his name is. You eat an ice cream? It's a bit suspicious. Oh, that's terrible. Asking for a relationship advice from the person that loved you. That's terrible. Again, he knows no better. But for her, that must hurt a little bit. Although she'd probably give pretty good advice. Just say it straight, bro. Like, you're all gonna get in trouble. Well, that narrows it down quite a lot. There's only like 3 other girls it could be, right? Why didn't you just tell them the truth, bro? Just say I was spying on you. It would sound terrible, but just say I was spying on you because your girlfriend asked me to. Because she was worried. And I think it might actually find that nice. I mean, some people would definitely find it strange, but I'd appreciate the sentiment in a way of like, oh, they care. She cares about me that much. She wants to check on me. But I'd also feel like, oh, you don't trust me. You don't trust me enough to be with another girl by ourselves. Yeah, it could go both ways. I feel like this could cause us problems as well. The fact that he now thinks that Nakamizu likes someone in the literature club, I feel like he might stick his nose in, get involved perhaps. If he keeps to himself, I think it's absolutely fine. If he's a good guy and keeps to himself, there shouldn't be too much of an issue, but high school teenagers with relationships, I think it's bound to slip. Yes. No. Oh, that does look nice. That hair bun was nice, wasn't it? What is that? No way they're this excited over this. I mean, you are, but you're actually the most normal one, I think. You're so excited to see a mine cart. Well, yeah, certainly, because it can't be nice to be around these guys and again giving relationship advice to what should be like your rivals. I say like that sounds bad when I say like rivals, but she's a rival in love in a sense. Fine with the way things are. Okay. That is mature. But is she saying that? Is that just lip service? I think she actually might be okay. We haven't seen much otherwise to say that she isn't. What is this place? Like full of fun shit. All sorts of like strange stuff. Pretty cool place. Pretty good place to go on a date.
ってくれ。これには事情が。
月あんたはちゃんと朝雲さんのそばにいなってば。私たちは3人で見る。美月は朝雲さんと見る。はい、これで話はおしまい。
I'm not sure why we don't all just watch it together. That's not the more normal thing. I feel like it's pretty strange secluding yourself just as a couple if you're out with your friends like this.
あんたの彼女は朝雲さんなんだから、彼女を優先しなきゃじゃん。
So I think it is still a little bit of lip service, it does look like, actually, doesn't it?
私の惚れた男なんだからもっとちゃんとしなって。
だよな。焼き塩が惚れたほどの男なんだから、もうちょいしっかり。惚れ。レモン。
Wait, did he? He still doesn't understand that whole bit that we had in the literature club with her.
今のは
Oh dear.
レモン。
美月さんダメ、行かないで。
だけど。
だって私はここにいます。私、美月さんの彼女です。
Jesus Christ.
中水くん。
Jesus Christ.
背景キャラの出番じゃない。だけど焼き塩には追いかけてくれる主人公はいない。
So yeah, we'll fill that role. You are the main character, is the funny thing. You are the main character of this story. Much as he's not set out to be, he is. So he is fulfilling his role. Quite impressed he actually caught her, considering how she's been built as such a good runner so far.
私、このままバスで帰るね。
ああ。せめてバスが来るまで一緒にいてもいいか。
じゃあさ、なんかお話ししてよ。
ああ。文芸部の部誌作るって話、何書くか決めた。
こういう時って笑える話で女の子を元気づけるもんじゃない？
Talk about schoolwork.
部誌の話でもいいけどさ、私童話でも書こうかな。そう、昔々あるところに一人の女の子がいました。走るのが大好きな女の子はある日一人の
So this is your story.
その男の子はいつも本ばかり読んでいました。男の子は女の子に本の話をたくさんしてあげました。二人は仲良くなりましたが、実はその男の子は王子様でした。
Orgy-sama.
王子様は大きくなったらお城に行ってしまいます。女の子も一緒にお城に行きたかったけど、礼儀作法を知らないし、舞踏会のダンスも踊れません。悲しむ女の子を見て、王子様は一緒にダンスの練習をしてくれました。女の子は一生懸命練習しました。そうして女の子は王子様と一緒にそのお城に行くことができました。めでたしめでたし。ありがとう。
Even for a kid's book, it's quite simple, right?
王子様と女の子はどうなった？
Yeah.
それでおしまい。物語はね、いつだってめで。
Ah, okay. I was gonna say the lip sync was out of sync then, but I guess they're not. Like, obviously, yeah, they're not continuing this storytelling. While she's walking into the bus, I was like, oh, that doesn't seem to fit. But okay, sorry guys. That just messed with my brain a little bit because we're seeing her talk, but the words weren't the same as what was being said. So I guess that was her just saying goodbye. She was going home. I really like how her voice actors doing with this scene. I really like her voice actor in general.
その後
Fits her role pretty damn nicely.
それでおしまい。物語はね、いつだってめでたしめでたしで終わりなの。
Do they?
すいません、こんな夜分に。
俺は大丈夫。
焼き塩さんと連絡取れましたか？私の気持ちが中途半端だったせいです。身を引いてもいいとか口だけで、あの日だって焼き塩さんを追う彼を止めるべきではありませんでした。
I feel like she's been totally doing the right thing. Actually, I feel almost bad for her. The fact she had to tell her boyfriend as well to stay with her. Like, I think he just wanted to do the right thing. We've seen he's not the brightest bulb in terms of he's really not great at latching on to people's feelings. He's a smart guy, don't get me wrong, but emotionally he doesn't seem very smart. The fact that he didn't know that Yukishiro kind of came out and said she liked him earlier on in the series is like proof enough of that. But I think, yeah, the fact that she had to tell him to stay with her, I feel also quite bad for her during that scene as well as for Lemon, of course.
あいつのことは俺に任せてくれないか。
はい。では、せめてこれを。
いや、それ使っちゃダメだからね。約束だよ。
はい。
The fucking GPS.
約束だからね。
Again, I really don't. I really do feel for our main character here, like chasing all these fucking relationship issues, because relationship issues and such during your teen years are an absolute mess, and he's got to look after all this shit,
大変だったね。
take care of the girls that get their hearts broken. It's
今、焼き塩ちゃん、
not easy,
新城にあるおばあさんの家にいるらしいの。だから、
and a lot of people take advantage of stuff like that as well.
先輩、ちょっと話が見えないんですが。
決まってるでしょ。みんなで焼き塩ちゃんを迎えに行くのよ。
なんで俺はこんなところにいるんだ。
お腹すいた？お腹すいた。じゃあ食べに行こうか。私、糖質について考えてたの。
そうか、考えちゃったか。
ちゃったの。約1万年前、人間が狩猟生活から農耕民族に移ったでしょ。つまりそれは糖質生活への移行でもあるの。
へえ、そうなんだ。その話まだ続く？
人類は糖質の奴隷と言っても過言じゃないんだよ。
Some are.
糖質との向き合い
I think I am. I think I am.
つまり、やっぱそうめんの食べ過ぎで太っ
嫌なみっちゃん。1年ぶり15回目のナイスバディです。
Nice body
やは
devs.
り梅ジャムが左側じゃない？いいや、梅ジャムは、鹿カレーは左って感じがしないのよね。梅ジャムの酸味が昔やんちゃしてた感がないかな。そこをあえて右に回す。世代交代。
こいつら何やってんの？
温水くん、説明が必要なようね。
いらないです。
Please.
まあ聞いてちょうだい。世間では負のものは鉛筆と消しゴムを見ても攻めと受けを考えるとか、そんな偏見が広まっているわ。
今やってたのは違うんですか？
これはあくまで思考実験。脳トレみたいなものね。
で、右とか左とか言ってるのは何なんですか？
横書きの文字で書くと攻め受けで、攻めの方が左側に来るでしょ。左が攻め、右が受けって意味なの。これなら
My head is frazzled.
できてもするな。
でも
My head is frazzled at what the hell's going on here.
カレーの刺激は相手を傷つける。だからこそ。なるほど。愛し合いたいけど傷つけてしまうから触れることができない。何それ、たぎるじゃない。
そろそろ出発しませんか？
Please. I felt so lost during that whole conversation.
ところに向かってるんですか？どんどん山奥に進んでますよね。
大丈夫だってカーナビがあるから。
それならいいですけど。
Fucking hell.
でも、なんでおばあちゃん家にいるってわか
You
る？
know what? The main character would wipe that off her mouth.
陸軍部の方も休んでるみたいでさ。部長から相談されて、一緒に焼き塩ちゃんのお母さんに会ってきたの。お母さんも焼き塩ちゃんの様子がおかしいの心配していてね。よーし、着いた。
焼き塩一族とはいえ、こんなところに住んでないだろう。
なんか道
Cave.
さ、もう一度住所確認してもらえないかな。うん。うん。よろしく。中水くん、あの橋だよ。
It's a nice looking place though, isn't it?
流されるの覚悟で下流から映える写真撮っ
A grammable pic.
スマホごと流されてよければ。
Oh god.
中水くん、
何やってんの？小森。
沢がにいた。
ほう、沢ガニ。
God, I don't think I've ever seen a crab in real life. A live crab.
人にポーズ取らせといてどういうつもり？沢ガニってそんなに魅力的なの？いた。カニ。小まりちゃんもカニ。みんなそんなにカニがいいの？美味しいから。
You're brave.
機嫌直して。どうが
Jesus.
どうが
Holding it like that.
いいね。分かってきたじゃん。
どうしたんだ？
改めて動けと言われるとどうしていいかわかんなくてさ。
歌ってみたら？ゾウさんとか。
なんかかわいそうな感じにならない？大丈夫？
おっ、
どうしたの？タラバガニでも出た？ツバイ？
もうちょいレアものが。
マジで？毛ガニ？
She slipped anyway. Oh, she took her down with her? Oh dear. I think she went to push her and then she probably just fell over on the weight of her push.
バスタブ本物初めて見たよ。元は誰かの別荘だったらしいよ。おばあちゃんが大学の教授してた時に買ったんだって。元大学教授の別荘。ね、写真撮っていい？匂わせていい？匂わせ？
焼き塩に会えたのはいいけど、これからどうしましょう。
どうしましょうって。
It's a nice place, isn't it? It's a nice place. It's a nice location and a nice house.
安く落ち込んでたらいいんですけど。
Big.
あんな風に元気にしてたら、かえって何も言えなくて。
なんでもすぐ解決を急ぐのは君の悪い癖だね。
ああ。
から元気も元気のうちよ。まずは彼女に寄り添ってあげなさい。
Kind of like deluding herself into being happy.
別に肩凝ってない。まあまあ。
Joe, I could probably use a good massage. I've never had like a sports massage or anything. Then again, I don't really have like if I ever try and like crack my back or my neck, I don't have anything like that. I don't really have any kind of
遊びに来ててさ。
physical issues or anything. So maybe I don't need it, but I've never had a massage or anything. I do always like stretch out pretty well before I do workout and so on. Never had any major injuries or anything.
お邪魔しています。私たちレモンさんの学校の文芸部のものです。
よろしくね。ゆっくりしてってちょうだい。そうだ。せっかくだからお寿司。
God, I know it's just a tan with lemon, but I was expecting maybe a like slightly Hispanic family or something. Quite unusual to see that in anime though, to be fair. So
身がふわふわで美味しい。どう？
小まりも早く食べた方がいいぞ。思った以上に寿司の減りが早い。
いくらは初めてだから少し怖い。
うん、そっとしておこう。
はい、こまりちゃん。これ食べなよ。ウニとアワビ。どっちも食べたことない。片付けするよー。
しくないですか？
今はネットもあるし不自由ないわ。こうして孫もお客さんを連れてきてくれるしね。
ねえみんな、このまま泊まっていきなよ。部屋はたくさんあるし。
気持ちは嬉しいけど、着替えとか持ってきてないし。ちょっと待てよ。ヤナミは川に落ちた後、新しい服に着替えてるよな。
Is this a setup?
先輩、ひょっとして。
Yeah, I don't know why that's such a big issue. When I used to stay over at my friends after a party or something, I'd always just wear what I wore the day before, and then change, have a shower and change after when I get home.
自分。
おばあちゃんに任せておきなさい。
I feel like crap because you're drinking anyway, so yeah. maybe because these guys are all sober the whole time, it is a bigger issue. I don't know. This is very main character right here, though. He's having a sleepover with five girls if you count grandma. You know what? It's weird because the only thing old lady about her is the hair, like the color of the hair. If her hair was brown, she'd look like a 20, 30-year-old woman. Goodness sake. So yeah, looks like everyone planned to stay over apart from Nakamizu. Understandably, I mean, as a guy, you wouldn't expect to stay over here. You would definitely feel it was your lucky day if you did get invited to. Let any one of you who has never been dumped be the first to throw a stone at the losing heroine. That's what the title, isn't it? Try and wrap my head around this. Let any one of you who has never been dumped be the first to throw a stone at the losing heroine. Have I ever been dumped? Yeah, I have. I've been dumped a few times. Why did I even ask myself that question? I don't think I've ever dumped anyone though. I think I've always been a bit too scared to dump someone. I think I mentioned this before about the fact that I just with one girl, I just said, yeah, I just can't see you on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and yeah, it just naturally kind of came to a conclusion. I've always been a bit of a stickler with like messing people's emotions, I guess, but in doing that, I think it actually makes things worse. Maybe that's just like saving myself. But yeah, we can tell why the ending's changed now, can't we? And I do really like this ending as well, especially visually. God, this is totally unrelated, but I had no idea. I really loved the soundtrack of Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I only just realised that this soundtrack was made by Akira Yamaoka. I was like, holy crap, you know what? I never knew that, and I wouldn't have thought of that. But you know what? It makes perfect fucking sense, actually. Yeah, totally unrelated point right there. So is this the child story she actually made? I feel like the start very much wasn't. But like towards the end here, Jack, and that's the a little bit of the little Cinderella story she came up with earlier. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, all caught up now. So I'm very much looking forward to episode 7, and it will be very lemon focused. We didn't actually even get to kind of discussing things with her. I was going to say earlier, the fact that we're leaving it so long is probably just going to make it even harder to bring up and harder to talk about. But yeah, really fantastic episode again today. Again, I feel like a lot of this does stem from this silver-haired guy's lack of recognition of women's feelings and like emotional intelligence just lacking. Like he didn't even realize Lemon liked him till this episode, when she pretty much confessed to him a fair few episodes. When was it, episode 2 or 3? I forget exactly which one, but a while ago she confessed to him essentially, and he didn't understand it then. We saw he didn't understand it then, but she literally had to come out and say it outright, like he already knew, to actually get him to like fully understand. And I even feel for his girlfriend during that, because he was going to run to the girl that just he thinks confessed to him, which would be terrible if you're the girlfriend. You're just like, oh, definitely for her. So yeah, I feel like a lot of this is down to him. Maybe it's like quite unfair saying that, but we get a lot of the perspective from the girls rather than his point of view. So I feel like I would definitely. That's the thing. It is quite unfair because I know if I was in his put in his shoes, I'd probably be doing the same thing, quite emotionally unintelligent. So well, I feel like I'm better at that nowadays. But yeah, especially in my teenage years, a lot of stuff kind of flies over your head. But yeah, really good episode again. Do let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. It was a lot of fun for the most part as well, apart from those kind of early segments with Lemon. And I think from the ending scene, I really love that shot in the ending scene of that kind of light being kind of flashed on her just before she goes to dance with the silver-haired guy right here. I really love that scene. I don't really like the fan service bit at the end of this. I feel like that's really unnecessary, to be honest with you. Again, you guys know how I feel about fan service anyway, which I don't care for the most part, but it doesn't even look like her. It's like the worst part about that shot, to be honest with you. But yeah, again, do let me know what you guys thought in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And yeah, I'll see you on Sunday with episode 7.